Is your Walmart item unpublished and you don't know why? I'm going to show you how to find out why and how to fix it, right? So sometimes you get this error status or it's unpublished, right? And it is a pain on Walmart to fix these things, right? You want to make sure it doesn't happen, but it does all the time, it seems like. And these are the most common reasons. It's either your price is missing, your price is too high, your price is too low, the shipping cost is too high, the shipping cost is too low, the business policy keywords set it off, UPC mismatch, and intellectual property. Now, the biggest thing is if your pricing is too high, it automatically deactivates your listing. And it happens very often, and it's a pain in the butt to fix. We're going to go over that briefly, right? That's going to be the first one that usually happens the most. The second one is going to be a keyword. So there's going to be like one keyword, right, that sets off the entire listing. Like we had a word adult toy, and the entire listing got deactivated, and we had to like appeal it. It was like it was an adult like game, like an actual game, not like an adult toy. And then intellectual property, right? So that's another one. If they think you're violating somebody's intellectual property, or if somebody actually reports you, right? A good example is I saw what happened today, and this was on Amazon, is somebody put the word Tiffany & Co. It's a big brand, and they automatically got deactivated on Amazon. But on Walmart, they'll probably give you a chance. So we've got the bot flag. Most of these are coming from a bot. So you just need to keep that in mind, that if you're like, oh my God, somebody's targeting me, there's the bot's targeting you. Like it's there to mess you up, right? So it's going to come after you at some point, and it's going to just start randomly removing listings. You need to get them as fixed as quickly as humanly possible. They're going to be looking at all of your listings, your editing, all that kind of stuff. And then if you do receive rights owners, that one in my instances are usually a lot easier to solve, especially if you have legit invoices. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is pretty much look at the keywords. A lot of it's a keyword that set it off. Like maybe you accidentally put a trademark keyword in there, like Nike in the back end, or the brand name. Sometimes the brand name, you put Hello Kitty, but the brand name is actually supposed to be Sanrio. It's like little things like that. The brand name, like maybe you put like Monopoly, but the brand name is Monopoly USA. The brand name's Uno, but the brand name is supposed to be Mattel. It's little things like that can trigger it, and it's just a pain in the butt. So just make sure. We're going to be going over the checklist, and what you're going to do is try to identify the issue yourself, right? So try to see, is it a keyword? Do you think there's a keyword that set it off? What do you think it is? So try your best to identify the issue. If you can't identify the issue, right, I'm just going to say to appeal right away. So you can actually appeal it right away, even if you can't identify the issue, just to get the ball rolling, because Walmart's so slow, right? So if we're on Walmart, there is an unpublished tab, and you definitely want to access that tab. And you can see right here, unpublished items. This is where you can actually appeal any unpublished items. So definitely check out this tab, start the appeal there right away, and just be like, hey, like, we're not violating any policies. Can you please let us know what documentation you need? Something basic, something generic, just to get the ball rolling and see what the heck they want. After you submit the appeal, you're going to be contacting seller support, and you're going to be same thing. Hey, we're legit. Our company is legit. What do you guys need from us? Anything, you name it, we got you. Right. So now you've got two appeals. Technically, you got the appeal team, which usually reinstates the listing within 24 to 48 hours, and then you have to contact the seller support team, which could take 1 month. It could take 1 day. Depends on the seller or the seller support rep you have. And then while you're contacting them and following up every single day, you're following up every day, right? Every single day. Then you're going to also attempt to fix it on your own. And that's going to be temporarily cleaning the listing. You're not going to fully clean the listing. But a good example of cleaning the listing is going to be if you're selling a tennis ball. And maybe yours is like tennis ball, bright yellow, super high quality, best. So what you're going to do is pretty much make the title extremely short, just to tennis ball, right? your bullet points, you're going to be like tennis ball, tennis ball, tennis ball, tennis ball, or something similar to that. Like yellow, it is yellow. It is bouncy. It is fun. It is the tennis ball, right? So you're going to keep it super, super short. The images could set it off as well. So we had one client where the image of their product, it wasn't a tennis ball, but the image set off the AI to deactivate the listing. And right when we removed the image, it automatically got reactivated, right? So your images as well, just have like a nice pretty image of just the tennis ball. So that's going to be my first steps that we're kind of tackling, especially at EHP when we're doing this. Sometimes there's pricing errors. If there are pricing errors, which are a pain in the butt again, because you have to kind of convince Walmart, you need to have references. And the best references is going to be Amazon. Walmart like stalks Amazon. It's like the grade A of stalking Amazon. So if you're selling like a poo shiesty, right? You got your poo shiesty on, your baklava, and you're selling it for like $20 on Walmart. Walmart might come over here and be like, yo, it's $8. So we're going to shut down your whole listing. So you need to find one that's more expensive. So probably going up and then kind of filtering it by price and trying to find an ASIN that has like, that's a lot more expensive than the one that you're doing. Here we go. Oh, these aren't even cheap. What are you talking? I mean, these are way too cheap. But I think you kind of get the point. There you go. This one's $70. So you can make your listing look a little bit more similar to this one and get that reinstated. That's going to help. Now, there's definitely a borderline. You don't want to be lying. You don't want to be circumventing anything and trying to evading policy, because when you do that, maybe the first time you might not get in trouble, but if it happens again and again, that's going to be a repeat offense and you will get pretty much suspended. Usually they just terminate you on Walmart, which is super terrible in my opinion, but it's the game. It's their marketplace. They can do what they want. And they have other reasons here why you might be getting kicked off of Walmart, a business. They might say it's a business policy decision. What that means is they just don't want you competing with them, or they're worried your product might be a fake, even though you provided them with legitimate invoices. So in that case, you just need to get in front of the right rep. So that's going to be my other tip. Let's try to get these pulleys up. There you go. So if you can create multiple cases with a different subject and get in front of a different Walmart rep, that's also going to help. So for example, we'll create 5 cases in a week. So we'll do Monday, we'll create a case. We'll follow up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then the one on like Thursday, we get a rep that's like brand new to Walmart. Like they just hired me. I'm super excited. And they're working super hard. And they're like, bam, 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 fix. And they fix your listing. And you're like, oh, dang, you didn't even supply them any documentation. It's like hilarious. They just reinstate your whole listing. And then all the other reps are like, oh, your listing is reinstated, I guess. And they take like a whole month to respond. So it's just getting in front of that right rep that's going to help you at the end of the day. Now, there is a risk of circumvention if you are changing the listing at all. The bot's going to kind of document that. So just keep that in mind, that the seller support, they can't control the bots as of right now. The bots are very, very strong on Walmart. So they can try to like pin you for circumvention if you are completely changing the listing to get it reinstated, which does work. That is considered circumvention, and they will terminate your account for that if you do it too many times. I would say probably like 3 times, and the bot catches you. The bot's going to catch you if you like kind of change it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And the same thing with Amazon. That's they call it evasion, circumvention. You don't want that to happen at all at the end of the day. But now you have like a really good list of things that you can do to get your listing reinstated on Walmart. And just know anything's possible. We're experts on Amazon and Walmart. If you need any help with getting your listing reinstated, we can definitely do it. There's no doubt. It's just making sure you have the right documents. So feel free to contact us in the link below, and you can schedule a call or just email us. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO of EHP Consulting Group, signing out.